Check, check. In the building, baby. We're in the building tonight.
We're rolling.
Tonight, it's alright.
They're going already?
What? Yes.
Sick.
Yes, just make sure you scoot into the frames, Andrew.
Scoot.
I don't want you to be left out of the picture.
Hey, everybody.
So anyway, I feel like this is off to a very chaotic start. But then again, it wouldn't be the goddamn Indistinct Conversation podcast if it wasn't. Am I right, boys?
You all right?
Yeah.
You all right?
Anyway, yeah. Hello. What's up, bitch? It's not
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's violent.
Yo, what the fuck is up, YouTube? It's the fucking... Alright. Oh, I've been watching a lot of really bad YouTube videos, so my mind is trash right now.
It sounds like you're just like doing a pro wrestler persona.
Oh, boy. I tell you what, boys. Boys, we're in the thick of it. Alright?
What do you mean?
Do you want to know what we're in the thick of? We're in the thick of the shit. We're in the thick of the shit.
What's so thick about this shit?
Dude, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not even going to go on with that bit. Anyway, welcome to the Indistinct Conversation podcast. My name's Nelson Crawford. Jason Mays is here from Working Class Music, and my co-host Xander is here, and we are slowly fighting the dying light and just running towards oblivion every week for you. For you, alright? Alright? It's for you. Anyway, Jason's here because guess what, bitch? He's got a new show that we all made. It is live now, alright? Like, I don't know where I'm getting all this energy from. So fucking Working Class Music is alive.
This is you when you've been in the director's chair all day.
Oh,
you're like blowing
boy.
up now. Like
I've been trying to just
been watching another man have the camera, and now it's like you want the spotlight.
Now it's my baby.
Yeah.
stealing the shine. All
You
right,
sit there and be quiet. Think
get-
about what you've done.
I'm gonna get my heat back.
Think about what you filmed.
But yeah, so Working Class Music is happening.
Fun.
Episodes are dropping. We shot one today. Mm-hmm. That's why we're all together. But yeah, fuck yeah, I'm stoked, man. Whew.
I feel like I haven't been here in a while.
We haven't been in the studio for one in a while. I was gonna be here last week, but I burned my entire mouth and thought I had COVID.
Well, yeah.
So.
You actually got COVID, and
I
then
did.
you thought you had it, and then like when that was happening, I started hearing my family just coughing like crazy upstairs, and I go up and like that's all they're talking about is like, yeah, this is like a different cough than normal, right? But they got tested like the day after that. They're all clear, so it's just
My girlfriend also thought she had it. She didn't have
COVID
it.
scares, man.
Yeah, but guess what? We take it seriously, and if we weren't all healthy, we wouldn't be here together.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that up because I watched a scathing video this morning, just fucking tearing down fucking all these like influencers and like YouTubers and TikTokers that have been like having parties and these huge events, through 2020 and everything. This guy D'Angelo Wallace, he's so good at what he does.
You got to send me a link to that.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it, and his videos don't miss. I don't know if I went into this on the last episode.
I think you mentioned it a little bit.
Yeah, but now
you've seen it, like I kind of want the breakdown.
Oh my god, dude, he is like shooting with reckless abandon. He's just like, fucking, Jake Paul, you did this? Fuck you. James Charles? Fuck you. Oh, I know you? Fuck you. And you think like, okay, yeah, no, I'm right there with you on the passion of where you're coming from, because this is just, this isn't like, oh, these kids, out here being kids. Like, no, these are fucking, adults. Sociopathic, like, rich adults who just don't give a fuck.
You're not a kid if you're in your mid-20s and you've got a huge platform and you're like telling other people how to live.
And it came around to like near the end of the video where D'Angelo starts talking about like why he was so unapologetic and why it was so personal to him, and it was because both of his grandparents got COVID, while he was putting the video together, and luckily they recovered and everybody's okay, but it's like in his head it's just like yeah, no, these people want to go out and get fucked up with a bunch of people and show off for the gram, and they think that matters more than the lives of my own grandparents, and it's just like, when you think about it like that, yeah, fuck these people. It's like we all took it seriously. You still got it. And if anything were to happen to you, we fucking, went on about it on an episode before where it's fucking, like, fuck,
thank God you bounced back so fucking quick. You know what I mean? Because I've got some horror stories in my fucking news feed, dude. I got a good friend who's been sick for 2 weeks.
I mean,
he's still sick. So
it's put it like this: COVID gave me a new perspective on things. One, I don't believe we are taking, or when I say we, I mean as a country, we're taking this pandemic as seriously as it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because the scary thing too is like the symptoms and everything are different for everybody.
Yeah.
I didn't lose my sense of smell or taste. However, I had respiratory issues that I'm still kind of dealing with. Even though I've been cleared and I'm negative, I still have my inhaler. Still dealing with all that stuff. But I think the thing for me is just like seeing how, after getting it and seeing how non-serious people are about it, like,
yeah, it's
like,
fucked.
It's fucking crazy. It's just like you're in a store and you're not wearing a mask.
Right.
And it's just like you don't know who you're standing next to. Because it's just like, there's no way to, like, as far as the symptoms go, there's no way to properly check. They can just check your temperature and, like, that's it.
Yeah.
But you might not show that.
I saw a video today where it was a woman letting kids into schools, and she was just touching their forehead. She had the thermometer in her hand. She couldn't even get the actual readings, but she was just touching their foreheads. One kid had his mask around his chin. She just waves him in, One kid gets, oh, you're a little too warm, step aside. They're just so casual and so flippant about it. It's bizarre to me.
I mean, the school system around here is fucked. Like,
everything around here is fucked. Like, because I would do curbside for a lot of things, and then just waiting there, watching people walk in without a mask, without, proper social distancing procedures. I was just like blown away. Like after getting it, and then you see it, because it's just like you can't tell who has it and who doesn't. Like unless this person is obviously sick. Like it's this is, to me, it kind of shows, one, why we need Medicare for all. Yeah. Two, I do personally. Well, I am of the belief that we do need another shutdown and stimulus.
Absolutely. Like
pay everybody for a month, stay home.
Such a big problem with this whole thing is like the reason people didn't take it seriously. A lot of these like rich folks, like what you're talking about, they just think nothing affects them.
Well, because they literally have the money to have their life not change at all.
Right, right. Like they were already basically staying at home. But the other thing that the government, instead of just doing the right thing and just like writing the checks and making it happen, they tried to figure out a way to make money off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's that one fucking city that bought like $2 million worth of hydroxychloroquine because that's what they were fucking shilling like at the start of all this shit. The MyPillow guy comes out and says this fucking chemical is what you need for COVID, and people start buying it.
Yeah.
They were looking for the healthcare for profit thing is just fundamentally flawed at its core.
A bad system.
It's so bad.
It's a bad system.
You shouldn't be making money off of things that people need.
And the thing is, it's just it's kind of scary to think is like how much this is going to cost us. Like
that's
in the sense of like if we had a free Medicare, this wouldn't be an issue.
Is that not tight enough?
I have like an up and down mic stand that might work better.
Tilt it like downward a little bit.
Yeah.
There, perfect. That's the position.
That's what she said.
The fact that they were trying to find ways to make money off of this, the fact that people were like buying masks and then reselling them for more money and shit like that.
Yeah.
Just so fucked up, man. And yeah, we were talking about this before you got here, Nelson, but it's like the stimulus thing, the shutdown thing, it would have been such a no-brainer, and it would have saved so much money in the long run. Like if your goal was to save the economy, if they had just shut down when this was first starting, just 8 weeks, nothing happens, everyone gets a paycheck for 8 weeks, holy shit, dude, would have saved lives. people would have just moved on with their lives. But instead, they had no. It's not real. It's a hoax.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
misinformation.
They're like giving even during like last summer, they're like giving everybody like, you know, like these bonuses to their unemployment and everything, but there's no like. There's nothing to back it up, you know. It's like, here's all this extra money, but you don't have to stay home or whatever. And so it's like everybody blows this money from the government, and fucking nothing gets better. And then we get to Thanksgiving where they're like, don't go anywhere, and people go places. Then after Thanksgiving, there's a spike again, and everybody's like, "What happened?" And it's like, "Bitch."
Well, I mean, Dr. Fauci said it like back in like August. There's going to be a spike around the fall, like around this time.
It's just normal science. Like if you know, it's like they research this shit.
But that's the thing. No one listened to the science because it became a politicized issue, and then now people are just like, "Well, it's a hoax," and I'm not going to listen to science. But science has once again proven to be right.
Half the people in this country think that science is Satan, like literally. You know what I mean? Like I've been like these fucking really conservative religious folks I've been following on Twitter lately, literally just like, it says this in the Bible, that means it's true. That's it. The world, 6,000-year-old flat Earth, like, you know what I mean? And it's like that's that rapper guy, the fucking the MAGA protest songs and shit like that is also like a flat earther, and like.
Dude, I remember the thing is with religious people, they're in an interesting dichotomy because the thing is they can't allow themselves to believe certain things that disproves their religion or their belief, because if they believe one of the things that disproves it, what makes everything else not true. So it's kind of just like, oh, you know, the Jenga effect, you pull it out, then it all comes crumbling down.
All topples down.
And then they double down on it if they're rich, because it's like, if they're rich and Christian, then it's like, well, if I have to accept this, then these other people have to accept that, and that means I'm not going to be rich anymore, and I want a plane.
I want a second.
Well, it's just like I wonder how many of those rich people have been to rural Japan and tried to like spread that belief, because they will kill them. They will kill them.
These rich pastors are the people who aren't leaving the country.
Yeah, just send the poor person.
What's the one guy's name with the fucking
Joel Osteen?
Joel Osteen, that scumbag, and
or the other guy, the fucking, you know what I'm talking about, the old guy.
Pat Robertson or Pat Robertson.
Yeah, that guy.
That's a scumbag. I was thinking of the guy who
he always talks like this, and he always looks like he's about to croak over. But
constantly talking politics, and then getting like not having to pay taxes because they're not a political organization. It's like, that's
y'all should go out and vote for Trump because he's anointed by God.
If we let these
homosexuals and radical liberals, you know what else? They're going to come after God next.
It's so stupid. It's like literally not anything anybody wants to do.
It's like
these cats are always posting about like they're gonna come for your Bible and make it illegal to read it. It's like, no, dude, I just want you to have health care. I just want you to be able to go to the doctor. I don't care if
it's
you
like
read the Bible, dude.
It's like dude, I that's the one thing I don't understand. It's just like people are like, well, you want this and this and this and this is free and this, you know, you want this shit to be free, and I'm like, we're already paying for it. So rather than give that money to corporations, I would rather give it to people.
It's just sitting there rotting in some CEO's bank account instead of helping people have better lives. Like, that's what it comes down to. Fucking, you know, you got the Walton family and like the fucking CEO of Kroger and their like multi-billion-dollar homes paying a couple bucks an hour. It's real cool. And then we can't raise the minimum wage. We can't do it.
Even though there was that survey that showed that if minimum wage would have risen with productivity, minimum wage would be like $22 or $24 now.
$25 per hour. And there is
not in America, buddy.
Not in America.
I've seen
it's that chart. I want to say it's from like the 80s or even 70s, showing if minimum wage would have risen with productivity.
Yeah, like that's how it should have gone, but it all went to CEOs and shit. And that's there was one thing. It was pretty good breakdown I saw from a leftist guy online where there actually is a mathematic formula where if the minimum wage is too high, it can do damage. Like you can't obviously do like $100 per hour the next day.
Which I think that's what people think is what's going to happen.
But even if you're conservative and you go by that number, the minimum wage should still be a little bit more than $15 per hour.
And I'm not. Well, here's the thing. I'm not even I'm not even asking for a minimum wage. I'm asking for a living wage.
Exactly.
Like, if someone works 40 hours, no matter whether it's Walmart or flipping burgers, whatever. Even though people want to look at that,
be able to afford rent and healthcare.
Yeah.
It's that simple. That was kind of the thing. Like, he broke it down. Like, if you go by the national average, that includes places where it's really cheap to live, it's about $15 an hour. But if you go city by city, places like L.A. and Seattle and New York City, they'd be like $30-$40.
Yeah.
To go make cheeseburgers. That's how it should be, because that would be a living wage in New York City. You know what I mean? And then, God, it's just so. The fact that we have to talk about it like it's a fantasy. Like, imagine if you could just have one job and be normal.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the thing, though. It's just it boggles my mind, because a living wage for someone, you're asking for the bare minimum. You're asking, like, does a teacher make a living wage? Because it's just like you're asking for like 30, because the average American male makes anywhere from $32,000 to $42,000 a year.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and it's just like that's average.
That's pretty low.
Yeah,
too.
that's pretty low. Like, I mean, I'm not going to disclose mine, but I saw my W-2s and I was just like, well, shit. Even with the pandemic, I'm poor.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the fact that I'm still getting a tax return after 2020, it's kind of, I mean,
take it.
Fuck it, I'm gonna take it, know. But like,
don't feel
take
bad.
every win where you can get it.
Don't feel bad, because they should be giving you. A lot more.
That's why as soon as I had the opportunity to just like not do that shit and like do this and actually like put everything I had into this and then like transfer my skills from this into other work, like I've been doing doing like podcast editing and video editing and stuff. It's like I feel like I've progressed more into making a living wage in that and like the last year and a half that I've been doing it than I did in 8 years of working, regular jobs of like building a resume and all this other shit.
And instead of just being in a restaurant making some guy rich, you've been working on an actual skill that benefits society in a real way.
Yeah, because it's
like a creative thing.
Yeah, it's like as much as people people want to get all blasé about entertainment work. Like it's fucking work. I'm at my desk like it's fucking 70 some odd hours a week.
Is important, dude. Yeah, people need movies.
But here's the thing too. It's just like you can turn that into a career, and it's your own career rather than working for some corporation full time making what 25 to 30,000 a year in some retail corporation,
and just watching the value you produce for the company get taken by some guy who doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and then knowing that you have to work minimum 5 days a week, like most of your time is spent there,
and
like,
then next thing you know, you're gone.
Yeah,
there goes.
But that's the thing.
There goes the career you were building. It's fucking out.
Yeah, dude.
Can you check that camera, Dan? If you don't mind.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, thinking about the toll that it plays with your mental health, as you know, since I'm a big advocate of mental health, and it's just like, man. You look at other countries that have implemented socialism, for a lack of a better term,
socialized medicine.
Yeah, socialized medicine. Like they have 4 day work weeks, and they only work like 6 hours a day, like, and they're happiest places to live. It's just like
healthcare is covered, and their houses are cheap to live in, and they have enough money to eat nice food. Yeah, it's just like,
but surprisingly, they're not overweight. Yeah, they're healthy.
Well, that's the other. When you're fucking working 3 jobs and you're broke as shit, dude, you have about 10 minutes between shifts to shovel something down your throat. You're gonna eat a 5,000 calorie bomb because it's the only thing that's gonna make you feel alive.
Exactly. It's like it's like they're gonna be shitty if you need a snack at some point, for basic human nutrients. Yeah. So let me shove a fucking value meal down myself.
Think about it though. It's just like we were talking about. It's like, hey, you buy this, you have to live off of ramen. That's the American way. Like that is like, hey, well, if I want to afford this, I got to do this. Yeah. And it's just like, certain things that shouldn't be expensive.
And that's part of what's so funny about that is like that's the real life that every broke American lives with. And as soon as this GameStop shit started happening on Wall Street, we had billionaires getting on TV like, we're going to need a bailout because of this. This is not fair. We need billions of dollars for free right now. And those same people say that we're lazy, we should plan, and we should budget.
No, see, the whole GameStop thing is kind of just revealed a lot about America and more so about America.
The fact that they shut that shit down, dude. Like we talked about on the last episode, and there's been more fallout since then.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But the thing is, you had Redditors beat them at their own game with their own rules.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And it's
fucking
and you know I
wanted
don't
to move
feel
the goalposts.
Yeah, now they want
that's fucking illegal.
It's
but
like
they're
when Nintendo
using
gets mad at speedrunners.
but the billionaires are using their influence to not only in the media but to talk to politicians and be like, hey, we got to do something about this GameStop.
It's like
thing.
these just
Like,
everyday guys can't come into
when it
Wall
was
Street. It's like,
when it was
who are you?
MSNBC or CNN that compared the whole GameStop thing to the insurrection on January 6th.
Trump riot.
Yeah, I was like, really? I don't really see anyone getting hurt
So-
or, you know.
And that to me is like such a ultra rich guy perspective.
It really
Yeah.
It's
is.
like the reason they see them in the same way is because they were both common people fighting for what they believed was theirs.
Yeah.
And he thinks that Wall Street and the wealth of those billionaires is just as sacred as the American Constitution.
See, but that's the thing. It's just like when the dude tried to say that, I was just like, I'm pretty sure I never saw any of those Redditors like try to kill AOC or Nancy Pelosi.
We're not
but-
trying to kill billionaires.
yeah,
We're just trying.
pretty
to
sure they weren't trying to overthrow the government.
Like we're not trying to overthrow Wall Street. We just want them to fucking pay the fucking money.
They got 11 slices of pizza, and we wanted a couple of.
Yeah,
See,
it's like
and the thing is like, you know, I have a friend who shall remain nameless, and he is profiting off of this. Like,
Fucking dope.
I know
Yeah,
exactly who
yeah.
you're talking about. He's
He
in
is.
your band. I
I'm
know.
jealous.
I was like,
I know
was
who
like,
you
yeah,
are.
we know. It's like he's and I'm here for it.
I've
Like,
been seeing his
Pat him on the
posts
back
like
and stay on his good
Yeah.
side.
yeah, I've been seeing his posts like every time, like, and then I go check my fucking AMC stock, and like after this bullshit, it's been coming back up, and I'm like, yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, you sons of bitches, we're
go.
coming back.
Let's go.
Yeah, don't fucking sell, okay? Don't. I really hope that camera's still. Don't
is.
sell,
Yeah.
all right? Because like, yeah, fucking.
don't sell until you hit a certain number.
IndiCon podcast is not an
Oh.
advice-giving channel. We're not authorities.
Yeah,
Don't listen to us for financial advice.
I'm no Mad Money Kramer, all right? Don't take any advice from me. I don't want to get yelled at by Jon Stewart.
He's fucking in on this whole thing. He's
I'm-
working for the billionaires,
I'm
man. That's
sure
but
he
that's
is.
the thing though. It's just like they're mad because they got beat by their own rules
By average
and by average people.
What
and
do you mean
you-
normal people can do math?
Yeah.
Damn it.
what do you mean? You know, we can't. Oh shit! I can't get that yacht.
Some poor man with a computer has my money now? No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. How dare poor people want money?
But at the same time, the real life consequences of this is going to be interesting to see, because it's like those billionaires are going to use their influence to kind of crush this.
Yeah,
try to
'cause,
change
like,
laws and
I
shit.
want like something's got like this shit's illegal
But-
as hell.
yeah.
What the fuck?
But at the same time, it's just like if those billionaires can get that handled in a timely fashion, you know, and we're still fighting over like $1,400 to $2,000 in the stimulus that they have yet to give us.
We still can't get health care because
Yeah.
it's too expensive, but we get just billions to
Yeah,
these
but
guys
billion- yeah.
immediately. That's when I think
that
that's
kind of says
like,
a lot about the country we live in.
between the Trump era, like shining a spotlight on fascism, and then the first thing that happens in the Biden era is shining a light on the evils of capitalism.
Yeah.
It's really going, and it kind of makes me optimistic because it's really hard not to be radicalized to the left when you see that
so
shit.
tired.
Yeah, dude, me too. It's like we just beat the Nazi level, and now we're at the fat cat level.
It's like if
But I mean, but at the same time, we knew what we were getting in. Like we knew what we were getting,
Yeah.
and those people,
we
and
knew
those
Biden was
people,
gonna
you
be a
could
corporate dev.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, but those people are still rebelling against Wall Street because we all know the evils of capitalism.
Yep.
And it's just, for me, it's just like, oh wow, this is kind of, so the billionaires are mad that what they've done to normal people is now being done to them.
We turn the tables on them, and it's fucking.
I'm here for it.
It's
I'm
fucking
here for it.
sweet. Dude.
Yeah, like, do you see any of the interviews that the CEO from Robinhood did?
Dressed as Liu Kang.
He wasn't dressed as Liu Kang for the interviews.
I have not seen this, but I need to see this.
Oh, dude,
You got to send me a link.
It's yeah, he's got yeah, but he goes on like I was about to say Rivers Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is fucking
not the cool Cuomo.
the jacked Cuomo, the jacked CNN Cuomo. Fuck yeah!
Not the mayor.
Not the mayor.
No, not the mayor.
Guy.
But are they related?
Yeah,
Ah,
they're brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the one that could kick your ass.
The mayor calls in.
I don't know what I was gonna say. The mayor probably
And they
kick
both,
your ass.
are they both jacked?
Yeah, they're both-
Are the
they're in
Cuomo
good shape
bros
for old-
jacked?
Yeah, they're the Cuomo brothers.
Oh,
Ooh, Nintendo needs to turn that into a game.
super Cuomo bros.
You just
You're out here.
abusive mayor,
Yeah.
more an asshole on CNN. It's
But yeah, like he fucking went on this
Which one's
CNN
Luigi?
interview and just fucking just was going on and on with that movie villain kind of stock speech of just like, you see, there are a lot of things at play here. You know, basically, like, you guys wouldn't understand everything that's going on. And, you know, while this was happening, all these other stocks were available. And it's like, bitch, what are you doing? You know, like,
Honestly, I think the world would be a lot better if we actually had movie villains like being like these head like
being
you know
open
just
on
imagine
CNN
like
all the
you know
time.
just imagine that was M. Bison. Well, they manipulated the stocks, but to me, that was Thursday.
Thursday.
Well, God damn.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to go on CNN looking almost like Liu Kang. And
Yeah.
like being the guy from
like-
Reddit and just being like, yeah, I'm a
like, if
fucking
it
guy
was, like,
from
if
this
it-
era, and we're coming for
And
you.
just Emperor Palpatine is you know Trump era like or
Yeah.
If there were actual villains, though, I feel like I'd be less worried about it because we'd have a team for this.
Would
You
we?
know? I think
Would we? I mean, you gotta give Palpatine his props. He kind of stopped that whole thing. Like,
And that's the problem with having weak ass villains like Mitch McConnell and like Cuomo brothers or whatever is that we also get
Well,
kind of
Cuomo
weak
Bros
ass.
aren't villains. Are they villains?
they're great.
They're like
play
neutral evil. You know what I mean? They're-
Anti-heroes. I like it.
They're. I mean,
they're the Ferengi.
Mayor Cuomo has been fucking up a lot of things lately in New York City, as far as like
Him and De Blasio.
Oh yeah,
I
Blasio.
I just wanted to say
De
that.
Blasio. Yeah, one of them is doing the thing where they're making it so only hospitals can administer the vaccine only between the hours of 9 to 5, and if any of them go to the wrong people, they pay like $1,000 fine. And if any of the shots go bad, they pay $1,000 fine for each one.
Well,
And
But
it's
they're
like-
limiting the time frame of when they can be open.
and it's like business hours when like it's like just what are you doing? Open a
I mean-
24-hour clinic and stick everybody in the arm.
But that's the, and
You're
that's
in
the
New
thing.
York
But that's
City,
the
dude.
thing, though. They should be able to be like, okay, here, employer, I'm going to get this COVID shot.
Yeah.
And as long as I come back with this certificate, you cannot fire me.
But you can attest to it, even if you're out like on leave for COVID. They're gonna make you feel bad about it.
I'm not going to get into my COVID story here.
Retail
because
sales job.
I'm sorry. I don't.
No,
want
you're right. I'm not going to get into that here because I don't want to get fired. But yeah, they like put it like this. We need a shutdown. We need a fucking shutdown. Like in America, please, some other country help
Pay
us
the
out.
people
We
to
need a
stay home
shutdown.
and pay the businesses to stay open.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. That's all it takes.
It's like if we could bail out the billionaires, then just bail out all these companies.
Because
Yeah.
that's a lot of the right wingers will say things like, "Well, when we shut down, it kills small business." It's like give them checks too. Just
give them money. Like
give them
that's
fucking money.
We
It's
have
fine.
Oh, speaking of random things,
Yeah.
there was an actual coup that happened in Myanmar. Yeah, I heard that. Fucking what? I just woke up and it was just like, yep, coup in Myanmar.
Just a reminder.
And I
this
made
is what
a-
happens for real sometimes.
Yeah, I made a real bad joke about it that I'm gonna go delete once I get home from Twitter because I saw it. And
oh, it's on the internet forever now.
the first thing I said was, "Now that's how you do a coup." I was like, "Oh,
These guys know what they're doing.
yeah." And like, I think in the tweet I even put, "I know that's bad. I'm sorry."
That's funny though.
Oh, that's gonna come back and bite them in the
But
ass.
it is
Yeah, that's
kinda
gonna-
true. Like I heard one of the dudes on Chapo would make a point about that. Like to call what happened at the insurrection like a coup attempt is kind of insincere because yeah, there were like ex-military people in the mob, but it wasn't like the generals were like, "This is it, we're moving in for Trump." You know what I mean? It's not like there were tanks
Yeah.
rolling up on the White House. Like you know,
I mean, it was a redneck coup.
it was
It was an American coup.
yeah, it was a real like trailer
You
park
could say it was a
style.
bit of a. You could say it was a bit of a chicken coup.
yeah,
yeah.
chicken breast and mayo.
Ah,
Yeah, dude.
it was a
fucking-
Mayo coup.
Ah,
And that's really, I mean, yeah,
okay.
when you have like the rich, like the rich business owner types flying in on their private jets to like go do that protest, it's fucking insane, dude.
Well, that's America.
Like, yeah.
But that's America. And the thing that's like kind of pisses me off is just like watching the conservatives and right wingers just shut the fuck up or be like, oh, that's Antifa, and it's like, but it's just like, but you had so much to say about Black Lives Matter.
The fact that they try to say it was Antifa at the Capitol is still just completely
crazy,
blowing my mind,
dude. That's
they're like,
fucking crazy.
there's no masks, they're all Trump flags, they're waving U.S. flags, no.
So it's like, you know, you're really that dumb to think that they're going to be like, hey, let's take off our masks that we believe in. Let's do this whole setup just to frame the right.
Let's buy hundreds of dollars of Trump merchandise
and potentially go to jail.
Risk prison.
Speaking of Trump merchandise,
And federal.
I did see there was two guys. They looked like pretty young, like these two young like black guys had set up a table of like Trump merch outside the fucking Capitol.
Like, we don't
It's
believe
like,
in this shit.
I don't believe in this shit, but I'm gonna fucking get paid.
Hell yeah, no, that's smart.
Yeah,
They're like,
dude.
these guys pay $100 for one of these sweaters, so I made
Right.
a bunch of them, dude.
Yeah, I should have done that.
You go to the print
Hey,
shop,
make
just get a
America
box,
great
dude.
again with this goddamn shirt. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah,
yeah.
brother. I totally believe in you. Hell yeah, brother. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck smile
you.
and nod and take their money, dude.
Yes, sir, boss. I'll take that $100 real fast. You want some more of these shirts?
This is gonna put me through Bible college.
Oh, through Bible college. Jason, did you ever go to vacation Bible school?
No.
Oh, lucky you.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm sorry, that was a fucking breakneck left turn. But that's what Bible college just reminded me of vacation Bible school.
See, I was fortunate to be a rowdy kid in the church, so my parents stopped taking me, and that was my tactic.
See, it took me a while to just be like, fuck it.
Like I'm gonna crawl into these benches here, and I'm gonna make loud noises. It's like, oh, I'm embarrassing my family. Okay, well, I guess you guys aren't gonna take me anymore.
See, my parents would ship me off to my grandmother's house, and she's like, well, we got summertime church now. And it was
God.
It's terrible. It's like you're enjoying your summer day, and then at like 2 p.m, let's go to church. You know, because who wants to do that in the middle of the day in the summer? Terrible people, that's who. So we do this. It's terrible. And at the end of the day, it's like, did everybody learn something? No. Everybody feel good? No. Should we ever do this again? See you next summer.
Yep.
You know, and
Summer playing video games? No, you're in church.
God,
Unless that video game got Jesus in it, you ain't.
Okay, but riddle me this: are there any good video games with Jesus?
Not
Any
with
good
Jesus.
Jesus games?
Noah's Ark Adventure.
There's Jesus references in allegories, or that's analogous to Jesus. I mean, no, it is analogous to Jesus, like or referencing Jesus. I mean, Final Fantasy is a deicide killer. I mean, deicide, like, but they. But they've referenced,
Jesus. They use like every type of god.
Yeah,
in that
but they're
series.
deicide, so it's like you're killing a god at the end of the day.
Right.
So
but they do like Ragnarok and all that other shit. They have so much biblical references. There was an actual that company Wisdom Tree used to make NES games that were all biblical. And they were all like Noah's Ark, where like you round up the animals, and it's like Super Mario 2. You're like lifting cows above your head and shit like that. And
Oh God, that sounds.
sounds
really bad.
I had a neighbor whose mom would only let him play those games.
The anime more so than the game itself, but Castlevania gets pretty biblical.
Well, you have to.
So does Berserker.
Yeah,
that's cool. I
Gets
love
to be
Berserker, dude.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Wait,
They're good parts. I'll leave it at that. They were good parts.
I like the whole thing.
But I think that's the thing with
I
I think that's the thing with Japanese culture is like, since they're not inherently Christian, they can make all these allegories.
They see it more as mythology.
Yeah,
That's the way I like it.
no, that's fine. Like that's they can do all these things because it's funny to me talking to Christian fans of like some of these things and then hearing their interpretation of it, and I was like, that's really what you got from it. Like,
yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's I actually like Christianity as mythology. It's kind of
Christianity as mythology is great.
Yeah, like the whole idea of like
Yeah.
one of the angels rebelling against God and becoming Satan. That's a cool story.
Look, this is Jesus on paper,
Good guy.
awesome superhero, good guy,
Yeah, cool powers.
good guy.
Great A dude.
Yeah.
Like, but Jesus versus Superman, Superman, he's kind of whooped a lot of people's ass. Jesus versus Goku, he's a planet buster. Like, he ain't coming back. Like, he's training with the gods. So
all the bread and fish in the world can't stop Kamehameha.
Yeah, he ain't stopping that.
God, no.
It's like, wait, didn't he beat God? Yeah, Goku.
He's beat a god.
No,
yes.
he's beaten God. Like, and he's trained. Like, because
He's
remember, King
trained with
Kai.
angels and beat gods.
No, but remember, because it was Kami was the god.
Oh, yeah.
And then it became King Kai, and then it became the Supreme
Kami was he wasn't the god. He was the guardian.
No, in the U.S. version.
Okay,
But he was God. He was God. He was God,
Dubs, folks.
He was God until King Kai, and then after King Kai, it was Supreme Kai.
Oh boy!
And then after Supreme Kai,
Just climbing up the guy.
yeah, it's just going.
You had the angels and you had the gods of destruction. It got weird in Dragon Ball Super, but at least there's a canon Broly movie in Dragon Ball Super.
I'm just picturing,
But the fact that Goku's beaten or trained with gods, like the bar that was God, like.
So you think Goku could beat Jesus in a fight?
I'll take that. Like he's a Super Saiyan God versus a regular man God. Like that's like Goku versus Krillin.
I'm
Honestly,
just imagining Jesus Christ like doing Kamehameha, but then he just shoots out like bread, fish, and wine. Like that's it. It's just like a stream of bread and fish.
Wait, but that might be the tactic to beat Goku, because if he is hungry,
you just feed him to death.
Dude, there you go.
You Orson Welles him. I'm sorry.
but if Jesus tries to step to Vegeta, then that's
Vegeta will beat his ass out of spite alone. Just like, how dare you be a god? My planet's
nice
gone.
people.
Or depending on the writing, Vegeta will think he will beat his ass. Then Jesus gets a power up, and Vegeta takes another L.
Oh, dude.
Of course, I'll let you absorb.
Oh, fucking God. Speaking of Dragon
You're saying
Ball
you
Z,
get more powerful after you absorb the Christians. Absorb all the Christians.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
Jesus is just absorbing Christians
Eating
through his
souls.
blood.
I am now perfect Jesus.
Oh my God! He sets up the fucking God games. It's like the Cell tournament, but it's just fucking Jesus down there ready to throw hands.
It's like,
Oh,
I've
my
been
God.
waiting here for
What if
3 days.
What if Gohan tries to hit him with the Father Son Kamehameha? He comes back with the Father Son and the Holy Spirit Kamehameha. It's like, oh yeah,
Hell yeah. I love this.
This is like, this isn't even my
crossover
final
American
form.
Oh man, I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
I love Abridged.
Yeah, for a while I just couldn't watch the episodes because I'm like, this is too stupid for me.
Does a bridge just cut straight to the point and get all the story?
It's a parody.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But the abridged movies are where it's at, dude.
The show and the movie, like, because the thing with the bridge, sorry to cut you off,
Oh, no,
like,
you're good.
there's a bunch of running jokes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it like plays through each episode. So some of them, like, you won't like. You'd have to like. This is a show you appreciate it the more you watch it.
I love shit like that. That's always good.
Yeah, but like,
You're not dealing with the average Saiyan. Oh no.
if you want to like just watch them take the piss out of Dragon Ball Z movies, watch their Dragon Ball Z movies, because I watched the abridged version of that Lord Slug movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Where's my Vicodin?" like they accidentally call him King Piccolo. And it's like, oh shit, my bad. It's like, because that's basically what it is.
Yeah, right. I mean, they did that with the cooler movies too.
Yeah, it's like,
I will go on record of saying I think Abridged is the best dubbing of Dragon Ball Z.
really.
Yeah, I think the like, play this. Even though they're a parody, they understand the characters.
You have
like
to do it right.
that's
Yeah,
they
that's good.
understand the characters and they get it. Like Masako X's Goku to me is he's Goku. Like,
Yeah.
because to me it's just like I know everybody's gonna be like Sean Schimmel or whatnot or regular Masako. Like I get that, but he encompasses all the elements vocally, like from a performance standpoint of Goku, and it's like and now like it's like. I hear him before I hear Sean Schimmel. Like if I'm like,
That's cool though. I dig that.
Yeah, the thing that fucking killed me in the
It's Vegeta. I mean, they're Vegeta, like Vegeta's and Piccolo.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
I gotta watch this.
The thing that killed me in that Lord Slug movie, there's a couple things. There's one where Piccolo gets his introduction, and like it's for like some glass breaks, and the fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin music plays, and he's just beating the fuck out of people. And then it's like the fucking end of it. Like I'm like fucking all right, okay. There's no like, how are they gonna bring it home? And like at the end when like Goku like gets all like powered up and shit and does this weird like Super Saiyan the Kaioken thing, like he's talking to Supreme Kai and he's just like, what? He's trying to ruin Christmas? And like he comes down and Goku powers up. He's like, I am the king of Christmas. It's so fucking stupid.
I think I would say the best movie that they've done is probably the Brawly movie.
Oh my god,
that
dude.
one is
where it's like Brawly walks, he's like, hey, what's your power level?
Hey, what's your power level?
It's like, I'm like 3 times stronger. That shit,
Speak up! I can't hear you from down here.
that shit fucking killed me. It's like, oh, well, how's the weather down there? You know, it's just,
He's so goddamn cool.
yeah, it's like there's part of the fight. Vegeta's across the goddamn map, and he like fucking powers up. It's like, god damn,
Damn,
it's so cool.
You mean the legendary Super Saiyan?
So fucking funny.
Vegeta's the best thing. It's like because they're celebrating Yajirobe and Quarren's wedding, which that's a whole different
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And then they come down, and it's just like, you're King Vegeta, King Vegeta, King
It's like,
Vegeta.
yeah, fuck this, I'm out of here.
It's like, damn, but what about Trunks? Is like, damn, but what about Cells? Fuck them.
It's like, yes, meet Princess Trunks.
Fuck.
Okay, I'm putting a moratorium on that right now.
That's
Oh
so
my
fucking
God.
funny, dude.
And
Oh,
Master
shit.
Roshi, oh my god, he's the unsung hero. Like I think it was what movie? No, it was the Cooler movie where he powers up, or he's about to power up because they were saying something. He's like, I have many things: a house, a turtle with a fish, chlamydia. But this is not one of them. It's just like damn.
Dude, yeah, the abridged movies are so fucking
fucking
good,
awesome.
dude.
Yeah.
Like,
That's fucking awesome.
oh my god.
That he's so goddamn cool. That's I felt that way
You could
playing like fighting games online so many times. Like you're getting your ass beat, but they're so stylish with it, you just can't be mad. Like, god damn.
Yeah, because it was like
cool.
I forgot he was like they were questioning Brawly because Brawly was trying to say something. He was like, "Is this like Brawly like a monster? This?" And he's like, "No, Brawly is the devil." And then you just hear Vegeta, "Oh, he's so goddamn cool!"
Dude, did you see the fucking Super Android 13?
Oh yeah, with my trucker hat.
Holy shit, dude! Fucking like, have you seen Android 13
I know
in
the
the like
design,
regular
yeah.
dub? He's got like this like weird country
Your accent.
military accent.
yeah.
And like they fucking keep with him. And like you've got like the little like weird black guy
And-
thing, and then the other like big one who just talks in static.
And they have the like lines of what he's saying, and it's like these articulate things, but it's just static.
I always assume that's how Chewbacca is too.
Oh
Like, he's very
my God.
well spoken for a Wookiee, you know.
Like that, like-
That's how I thought R2D2 was.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's like it's like when Luke and them finally see Vader, and it's like, hey dude, that's your dad. Like,
Yeah.
what R2?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was
There's
stoned the other night and I looked up R5D4, the red one that blows up.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in the New Hope, and apparently it's canon that R2D2 planned that with R5D4. They have there's like it's like in a comic or something where they actually have a very in-depth conversation.
Jeez.
Like,
See, well,
that's
that's
for the Rebel Alliance. If you the fate of the universe depends on you, R5. Don't let those guys buy you tomorrow.
Dude, in that fucking 13 movie, there's like so many hidden gems. Like there's like part where they split like a fucking glacier, and like Vegeta comes out. It's
we're
like,
back to Dragon
for
Ball.
thousands of years I have slept. Who dares?
Fucking Power Rangers.
Okay. And there's a fucking part where fucking Android 13 grabs him, and it's like he fucking powers up, comes out, and he just gets grabbed. And it's like, and on that day, that Super Saiyan knew he'd tangled with the wrong alligator.
One of my favorites is like Trunks is just like, please don't tell my dad. So like, please don't. Wait, three androids.
There are more.
3 more.
So fucking funny, dude.
Yeah. We'll watch those on stream.
I will say one of my favorite moments is like when Vegeta does fight 18, and it's just like she punches him. Like, or she breaks his arm and like he goes into that thing. He's like, did anyone get the name of that bitch? Or that 18. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like I do think I took way too long to get into a bridge.
I love a bridge. Like a bridge,
movies,
I love a bridge, and I actually do love Kai. I know some fans hate it, but I'm personally of the belief of like I can't watch long shows anymore. Like people have been trying to get me to get into One Piece, and I'm just like,
don't.
I have a hard time with that too, man.
And the thing is, I start like during COVID, I started the Inuyasha sequel, and so the first couple episodes.
Chapter?
No, the sequel, with this dog, like
the reboot,
and it's actually really fucking good. But I was just like, oh my god, I really hope this isn't as long as the first one. Like, wrap this shit up in 26 episodes.
It's kind of a lot of those shows, because they get successful and they start stretching. You know what I mean? Like just adding all this fluff to them. And
like, I know with Inuyasha and the first Full Metal Alchemist, it was like because they had to keep up with the manga, and that's currently what's going on with Berserk right now is just like a lot of these things are like, well, the manga isn't done, so
I feel like Berserk's never going to be done.
No, it's not. I feel like the dude's going to die and it's not going to be finished.
You know,
it's like the god hands have ascended to Earth.
Well, that's like a story that doesn't need to end. That's literally just making excuses for Berserk to keep fighting. You know?
I mean, honestly, I think that's a story that needs to end.
Yeah, I think it needed to end a long time ago.
Like when you introduce a whole entire fucking chapter and you're like, oh wait, this gives too much away. It's not canon anymore.
Oh god.
And it's just like, and it did it really give that much away?
No. I was honestly more confused.
Yeah, it's just like,
Jesus, I just wanted to end. Like Berserk is like the Kingdom Hearts of animes. Like it just needs to end.
Don't say that.
I'm glad it's over. Thank God it's over.
No, because I was going to say Kingdom Hearts 3 ended on such a disappointment.
You're right, it did, because it took so goddamn long.
Well, that and just the writing was shitty. It's like, okay, Xehanort did all this shitty things, but hey, he's redeemed.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it. Well, let's not even start on that.
It's boy. Jeez, where are we at on this episode? Are we? Because I know we're close on time.
I was gonna say we're good because band practice got canceled. So.
Oh well, shit.
Damn, right on.
Well, damn.
Extended edition.
I'd still like to get home at a reasonable hours.
We could probably do another 15 and have that.
Oh, all right then.
We're at 45 now.
Oh well, good.
But
God, where do we go from here?
Funny.
So, did you guys hear about this here? The fucking 9-year-old girl, they got fucking handcuffed and tased.
Yeah, we talked about
by a cop.
Yeah,
that's
and maced.
upsetting.
She got maced.
Yeah, fucking.
And then they told her to, quit acting like a child.
Yeah, but then again, these are cops who have also shot kids and got away with it. Mm-hmm. So,
but all cops aren't bad, though.
No, I think they are. I think that's where.
But all cops aren't bad.
No, they are.
No, they are. No, I'm being facetious.
They're pretty terrible.
I'm being very facetious. Like,
I mean, just hey, look at that.
That's a nice segue there.
Fuck the cops, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking.
Actually, it's weird,
dude.
It reminds me of my weird. One of the last times I was pulled over from leaving the gym, and like
it happens so often.
Yeah, it happens.
One of the last times.
Yeah, one of the last times, and like when I told the cop, like when they pulled me over and like because of the Bernie Sanders stickers and everything, and I was like, look, I'm be real with you. It's like I don't trust the cops. I was like, given everything that's happened, my skin color and your skin color.
Yeah.
And he was like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He's like, and then he let me go. He's like, see, all cops aren't bad. I'm like, well, I didn't die, so
yeah. Thank you for not murdering me.
That's
that's the bar.
The bare minimum.
Yeah, the bare minimum is not murdering me, and to consider yourself not bad. Like,
that's
the.
We keep looping back around to it, but it's like when we're talking about like people comparing the Trump thing, the insurrection thing to BLM.
It's fine.
It's just like fucking. they're not even close to the same thing. Like, the Republican crowd has been like NRA, gun rights, like we need to fight back against the oppressive government their whole lives, and then they're like, you guys are terrorists for asking not to be murdered.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it is. It's like
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Like, you got one group that stockpiles guns in case they have to kill cops, then you have one group that just gets killed by cops.
Yeah, it's like anytime I get out of getting pulled over, like, fine, I'm like, okay, you did the bare minimum. Yeah. You didn't murder me. Congratulations. Like, that doesn't mean I think you're a good cop.
Was that the kid who was playing violin in the park? Was that Tamir Rice?
No. There's a lot.
So many. That's the thing.
There is a lot.
And just within the last couple years,
but
dude.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I do want to bring up.
Tamir Rice was the kid who had a toy gun.
Can we not go back to just sharing all these like traumatic videos of fucked up shit happening to black people like without some sort of warning? Because like
it's bad.
Yeah, like it was real bad. Like last summer, where I just got off Facebook and Twitter for a while, and like even with like them just burying this video of this white lady who got shot, it's just like. Can we just like? I mean,
yeah.
Like,
I'm going to be the contrarian, and the reason why is because people need to see this reality, and people need.
No, I get that. I totally get that. But I'm saying, as far as it coming to me,
a trigger warning.
Yeah, it's like I fucking know this happens, and it's like if it comes to me. That I'm just like, okay, what are you showing me for? Like,
well, no, and that's the thing. It's not about you and I knowing these things. It's about getting people, white people.
Yeah, frankly, I was going to say it's more like the people I grew up with.
Yeah, white people to be educated about these things because the thing is like they, some of them they see these realities, and they see our reality and they see our plight. And they understand and they're sympathetic to that.
But I feel like they also just get on this level sometimes of like, no, it's just like you're looking at it.
You have to understand how sheltered these fools are, though. Like I had someone come from Salt Lake City to visit a couple years ago. This cat's basically been a suburban Utah kid their entire life. Never lived anywhere except Utah. Yeah. And one of the things they said that just really stuck with me, we were like. Downtown in Atlanta, going to restaurants and shit like that, going to bars, and he's like, you know what, this is going to sound really bad, but I had no idea black people really acted like that. And I'm like, what, dude? And he's like, black folks around here are like really black. It's so cool. Because
and that's another conversation.
You know what I mean? But it's like, he was like he didn't understand that like it is like cultural and it is like something that
these people are really. Jason, did you know? Did you know?
Hey,
that we exist with personality.
Like the man, like the guy literally thought that like it was just like rap videos were just like an act. You know what I mean? I guess maybe to some extent they're playing it up a little bit, but it comes from somewhere.
I mean,
you know what I mean? And so it's like when somebody is that sheltered. And they say, "Oh yeah, police violence. Maybe it's because of the way they act." That's always they do that.
No, it's
bullshit.
Like it's like you look at any goddamn chart and you see the same statistic.
Yeah,
black people.
Yeah.
And the thing that
putting those videos out where at least normies get exposed to it.
Okay, yeah,
yeah. But I understand the fatigue at the same time.
No, I understand the fatigue.
Holy shit, enough is enough, dude.
But then the question becomes is like, how many of these videos, how many of these things do people need to see before it finally kicks in?
That's what I'm saying. It's like you'd think by now there's enough like fucking video,
and the fact that the people who did stand up to try to make a change are then referred to as terrorists by these fucking same suburban white trash. It's
you mean actual terrorists?
I've developed an interesting tactic when people try to argue with me about that. So I was like, me, something. So if it were me in that situation, what would you be angry, or would you say the same thing? Would you say, "Oh, well, he should have listened to the police"? Well, it's like, well, I know Jason. Jason probably would.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've said that like dozens of times.
Yeah, it's
folks.
like they probably did, but guess what? The cop is probably just a dick.
Especially if they're big Second Amendment people. It's like, dude, you're always talking about how if the cops rolled up to your house, you'd gun them down.
Yeah.
So how are you going to say that these guys should be okay with getting shot in the fucking back when they're going to their house, or getting their fucking neck stomped on during a traffic stop, or whatever? See,
that's the thing as far as the Second Amendment people, because one, I do support gun rights.
Me too.
And then that's one thing I want to put out there. before I say this,
You go far enough left, and you get to keep your guns.
Yeah, but and this is something I've always said to people. I was like, they've been like, well, I got this to protect myself, and from the government, and this, and this, and I'm like, dude, the government, if they wanted to kill you, they could kill you in so many ways without. I was like, there's a drone strike. Your gun's not going to
drone through your window and blow it up.
Exactly.
And not only that, I was like, but at the same time, when people of color, i.e., black people, with the Black Panther movement, do the same thing, you're scared.
They get regulated.
Yeah, it's radicalized. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, which one is it? Like,
there's that saying: if you want if you want gun legislation, just have a bunch of black people go legally buy guns, and then something will fucking change overnight. Because they're like, no, we can't have that.
You saw what America did to the Black Panther movement. Like,
they fucking made them look like criminals and fucking all that shit. It was fucked. Yeah. It was absolutely fucked.
But that's our government.
How dare people ask for their rights? How
dare we ask to be treated like human beings?
So let's end this on a light note. Let's end this talking about the future. The future of our future in this show, Working Class Music.
Oh yeah.
So we're about 5 episodes in today. maybe we're there by now. I don't know.
Technically 6 episodes.
Technically 6.
Yeah. By the time this is up, it'll be 6.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean like we filmed twice.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jason, I know we've talked about it together and everything, but I just want to get it out there one more time, just of the goal of the show and the future.
Okay. So the goal of the show, simply put, is to have an inclusive community for people of color, trans people, queer people, any marginalized groups of people, and it's more so to have to cater towards musicians of that demographic, because on YouTube right now, a lot of the gear demos are either blues lawyers or just white people,
super nice,
and it's or you have the alternative where it's just stereotypes, and that's the best way I could say it, because that's really what it is. And as a person of color, it's just I kind of feel like there isn't anyone really representing us, and then there's really not anyone speaking on the queer community or the trans community or anything else. So for me, the personal goal for this show is to have a space on YouTube in terms of music, whether it's reviews, these things, and talk about things.
A safe space, Snowflake.
Safe space as far YouTube safe space, but really just just a place where we can talk about music, talk about mental health, talk about politics, everything. And I guess not so much overtly politics, because
there's other avenues for that.
Yeah, there's other avenues for that, but But
you can expect to see the BLM T-shirt.
Oh yeah, no, you can expect to see there's a running theme that I'm not going to spoil, but if you notice it, you notice it. But
it's a theme of positivity.
It is,
and it's inclusive to everybody, and it's cutting through the bullshit, man. We're not going to tell you the $5,000 piece of equipment is what you need to have to fucking make music.
And that's the thing, because you see a bunch of gear demos, and even from companies where it's just dude, I'm an average musician, and I who works at a music store, I'm not going to tell you need a $3,000 guitar when you have a $1,000 budget, because that makes no sense to me. I personally want to give the best advice I can to all people, but more specifically to marginalized groups of people, and I want the best advice in terms of music, and I think the biggest goal more so is representation for those marginalized groups of people.
And that's even as a suburban white dude. I didn't feel like I belonged in these fucking blues lawyer circles. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not going to call names.
You talk about Jimmy Page is the be all end all of music.
Yeah, this is my favorite guitar is the Jazz Master, and then it's funny because I feel like the younger people that review stuff gets that guitar, but the older people, they all just I'm just this guitar, I don't,
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm saying, is when I'm trying to figure out punk tones and post-punk tones. I want to know how the Refused did what they did, you know. And then you get this guy's like, well, Eric Clapton did this. It's like, I don't fucking care what Eric Clapton
it's just like
did, dude.
it's just
That's
like, you
not
know,
my shit,
I don't care to see a blues lawyer with a night sky play blues licks. Like, you're not really showcasing what the pedal can do. And it's like, you know, really, you have you know, you're going through this $5,000 guitar, going through whatever, and then, you know, I don't care for a clone.
You know, studio setup, like the most nicest mic you can think of.
And you know, I'm not like I love gear, and you know, I know I'm rambling a little bit, but I love gear, and you know, for me, I think growing up and even now as an adult. One of the things that I love talking about is gear, but at the same time, I realize that, you know, especially from working in a music store and being in the music industry for so long, that you don't necessarily need the $5,000 guitar, the $8,000 amp, and and the fucking Klon. Like, you know, you don't need those things.
I mean, it's kind of, it's hit me more than a few times where it's like a guitar sounds like a guitar. You know what I mean? It's like, and I had nice fucking guitars. Like,
no, that's the
like
thing.
We're geeks about this shit, but it's like, because
like you don't need to spend all that money every time.
Don't get it twisted, because I'm not discouraging like high-end gear,
but it's
like,
like if
but
you
at the
can
same,
live like that,
if you can live like that, like by all means, because I mean, I can't say anything because I owned a couple of vintage guitars. I owned a 64 335 at one point. I owned a couple of and the thing is funny for me because like that's what made me bougie about Gibson, because like, well, that's the barometer that I have. It's like that's why I'll probably never buy another Gibson again.
I think my point is like there's a lot of marketing and a lot of like douchebags online who'll make you feel like you need the certain cutting edge equipment, and I totally bought into that for so long and like had to buy a couple nice guitars before I realized sometimes I like the cheaper ones better. And I think having a voice online that's just like, look, kid, the $500 one is pretty fucking good. You don't need the $2,000.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean?
Get these kids making music, get these people making music, so that they're not fucking saving up all their money all the time. And
the thing is, it's just like if you're intending to play shows, because I was talking to my friend Jordan, who was in the touring band Limbs, had to drop that out there, you know, because he's a good guy, and you know he made a very relevant point. He was like, if you're touring, your gear is going, you know, you're destroying your gear over time. So it's just like, would I want to take this $2,000 guitar, you know, especially if you, depending on what level you're at of touring, do I want to take this $2,000 guitar in this van and trailer and, you know, play a whole month and, you know,
go to a city I've never been to, sleep in a house I've never been to,
or, you know, would I be fine with this $500 guitar? Like, then if I just threw a few mods in, it'll be fine. But I would say as far as the future of the show, we've got some pretty interesting things happening. We've got a ton of giveaways, which I'm pretty excited about. We've got a couple interviews, one right now that is lined up, and we've got a couple of shootouts. One of the things that I'm very, very, very proud of as far as the show goes is really my co-host Tia, like, because we balance each other out in a way, and it's been cool getting to like learn about her and her style of music, and then like not only that, but have the representation there, because it's like, you know, it's one thing if it's, you know, two white dudes and they, you know, and I'm not knocking certain shows, I'm just saying.
She's also a fucking cracking musician.
Yeah, she's a fucking phenomenal musician. And the thing is, it's just like, you know, why aren't there more of her online?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's just like, you know, why do we have a whole bunch of these dudes, but, you know, very little of her?
Right.
And it's just like, you know.
Trying to change that.
Yeah, and we're trying to change that. Because
she was like my work bestie at Guitar Center for a long time. And like, so often there were problems where dudes would like, she would go greet a customer and they'd be like, well, thanks, I don't need help. And then they'd come talk to me and be like, can you sell me a guitar?
Well, no, that's
like, but she's objectively better than me. She knows more than
Tia is by far, I will say on record, by far, Tia is probably the best guitarist on the show. Like by far, like Tia can outplay me any day. And so
it's just, you know, we need
I used to take lessons from her.
But that's the thing though. It's just like, you know, because I still deal, just to add to that, I still deal with that in terms of skin color, where I'm either people think I'm the drum guy and they'll just come and ask
the
me,
bass guy.
or the, you know, which I can't say because I did play bass.
Yeah, it's like I've literally got a bass. Like,
But or like, you know, they will, you know, they'll think I know very little about guitar.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the stigma I want to break. I want to break these stereotypes, and you know, I'm not expecting this show to like blow the fuck up. Like, you know,
I am.
I mean, I hope that it does, but that's not, you know, I hope that it does.
Fingers
Like,
crossed.
yeah, but that's not my intent for doing this. My intent is just to have more representation where it matters, because there are people like Tia who's fucking phenomenal, who doesn't get the attention that they so rightfully deserve.
Rock and roll is still really racist and sexist, and it's not okay.
I mean, that's
it never should have been, and it always has been. It's fucked up.
Well, you guys want to close this out and pose for a good old thumbnail before we give some goodbyes?
And like a lot of those racist white guys will like. They'll hate on it, but it's like they'll also suck Jimi Hendrix's dick any day.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's arguably the greatest guitarist.
Exactly.
I agree with that, but it's like
Everybody say Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Anyway,
Always the same.
yeah, this has been the Indistinct Conversation podcast. My name's Nelson Crawford. I've been here with Jason Mays and Xander Cook, and you should go subscribe to Working Class Music on YouTube. Subscribe to this channel too, so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast, any episodes of our live stream highlights. You know, nothing but Nelson, any of that shit. Watch us on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. Xander's on Twitch. We're both on Twitch. Subscribe to IndiCon Games. Anyway, que sera, sera, carpe diem. We'll see you soon, or you'll see us next time, or whatever. Episode 100's coming. All right.
Thanks, y'all. Cool.